Hey, welcome to AYM. How you two doing?
We're good.
We're together today with Teresa and Allison Coates, and my name is Lance, and I'm the youth minister for the Alpine Church of Christ. And I wanted you guys to learn a few things about Allison and her mom Teresa. They are a fantastic team in the AYM ministry. Allison is really involved in a lot of different activities, and Teresa is one of our top volunteers. And so I welcome you guys here today to our live show. And Allison, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, so I'm a sophomore at Hallsville High School. Um, I have a baby Corgi. She's about 8 months old. And I do cross country, and I'm a rider of some sort.
She's also an awesome daughter. She is very helpful here at home. I don't ever have to get on to her. She's quick to jump up and volunteer. She has a pure heart for serving. She hates to be the center of attention or to be put on a pedestal for anything. She just loves helping other people, making other people smile, and she is just a pure joy to me.
That's awesome. That's great to be able to hear for you, Allison, and definitely pretty awesome for you to be able to say, Teresa. You know, those things are deep in the heart of a mother and a parent. So tell me a little bit. You run cross country. How long you been running cross country?
So I have been running cross country about 2 years now. I started when my freshman year.
So why cross country? What made you want to be a runner?
So I wanted to be a runner because it helps me challenge my mind. It kind of like, it tells myself, like, I can do it. Like, this might be a challenge, but I can do it.
That's fantastic. How many miles are you running a week now that we're in quarantine and we're all locked down? Are you still able to get out there and run?
Yes, sir. Me and my friend we meet up about every morning, and we do about 30 miles per week.
30 miles? Most people get in a car when they have to travel 30 miles. Okay, so there has to be something really drawing into you if you're going to be willing to make these commitments. Tell us a little bit about your weaknesses. What injuries are you most susceptible to?
I'm most susceptible to Achilles, ankles, knees, shin splints, and clamps.
Achilles tendonitis,
Think.
the tendon that runs on the bottom of her foot.
Man, you know, we all have our struggles, and certainly it sounds like you face some uphill battles at times while you're running. Are these the only things that are hard about running? What are some hard things that you've learned about running?
So sometimes, like when it's 90 or 80 outside, it's really hot running in the really hot weather, and sometimes in the really cold and raining weather. And also when it's very hilly, my feet really can't handle it as much.
So I got a video that your mom sent me that shows you doing some of your running. Okay, so let's put that on there. Now, tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here.
So I think this one is about so
You're not going to be able to do each photo.
but
These are just a bunch of photos I've taken, usually either at the beginning or the end of the race, because cross country is 3 miles long and I can't see her for the whole race. So a lot of her running she has to do alone, and I'm just there to cheer her on at the beginning and at the end.
Yeah.
And it's always quite a big difference from the beginning to the end, because in the beginning, of course, she's all woohoo, upbeat, but let's go, we can do it. And then at the end, you see one of the pictures there sitting on the ground where she can barely breathe. She's usually crying. Sometimes she wants to throw up. I mean, it takes a lot out of her, and I'm always just so proud of her.
So, Allison, it sounds like you don't hold back when you run. You give everything you got. Tell me about that a little bit, about just running until you just can't go any further.
So,
We went off script.
yes.
There's a particular photo here where you're passing some girls. Tell us about that photo.
Yeah. So that photo was the time that it was last year, and that was the fifth meet that we had, and that whole meet
There
I
it
was
is.
stuck behind this group of guys, and they just took up the whole place, so I was never able to pass them until we got to like the finishing line, and I made myself push push my limits to pass these guys. And I ended up passing none at the very end. And I got about a 16 on that meet. It was really helpful.
That's
I was very
fantastic.
happy when I did that.
That has to be a great feeling, being able to charge past an obstacle like that. I can hear that. So, tell me a little bit about your faith. How has running affected your faith?
So, running has helped my faith by so every one I go to, every meet, every practice, there's always a challenge I have to face. And like by the end, I'm crying myself, but it's just I'm really happy and, like that like so I realize without God like help without realizing without God's help I wouldn't be able to do it. And that He gives me the strength and ability to be able to do that kind of things.
Now, those that are not runners, I think it's easy for them to get, running as hard as you can for 3 miles. It probably makes sense that, yeah, this is hard. But we talked a little earlier, could you share a little bit about what's going on in the mind of a runner while you're running, about those doubts and those struggles?
Yes, sir. So in so while I'm running, I have these kind of doubts, like saying, like, oh, you'll never be able to pass that grade. Oh, you're not up there. I just have to find a way. I have to think of my happy place, or someone that I love, like Jesus, my Corgi, my mom. Just I have to imagine those people that kind of giving me a pep talk and kind of helping me through it.
Running is an emotional sport, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I mean, you are deep in this challenge. You have a obstacle in front of you. Maybe it's like what you shared, where you have a group of people running side by side. They're all trying to pass each other and they can't. And you have to somehow, through knowing the course, watching and paying attention, where you push back these emotional feelings and you're and go around them. It's why we saw one of those photos you said earlier when that was the end of the race and you have this huge smile on your face because you did it.
It's like, you know how much I struggle and, you know, it's really happy just seeing like my teammates and my friends at the end of the meet just like smiling and saying, you did it. I'm like, I did. And so it just brings my day up. Just thinking about all the times finishing a race and just seeing them new.
It's what makes it a team sport. People think that cross country is an individual sport, and it is in many ways, but it's mainly a team sport because it's so much harder doing it by yourself.
It very is.
If you want to, what's that adage? If you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, do you know that? You got to
I
take
think
somebody with you.
yeah.
Now, there's something neat about you. You have this little guy.
My little Corgi. She's actually right here with us. So this is my little child. I call her my daughter sometimes. And she's a handful to deal with. And I just love her with all my heart. Wait.
Is Marvel a boy or a girl?
So Marvel is a girl. We got her name based off of Marvel, Captain Marvel. We're really big fans. And so we just wanted to kind of name me something after we've loved. And so
Hey, tell me about how much time you spend caring for him. How much work is it per day?
it's an everyday job. I mean, taking care of a puppy. I mean, you have to watch her 24/7, make sure she's not chewing up anything. Like, it's an everyday job
Huh.
taking care of her.
Now, his name is Marvell, but a lot of dog owners they call their dogs many other things besides Marvell. What are some of the
And
names that you call your dog?
so, so some of the names that I call her is troublemaker because, like I said, she destroys everything, like my running shoes, the phone chargers, and I sometimes call her um, my daughter because it really does feel like she is my daughter, and that's just how much I love her, and that she's just part of my family.
An interesting fact that a lot of people don't know is that Allison saved up her money over several years to purchase
Yeah.
this puppy all on her own. That's how bad she wanted it. She did odd jobs. Anytime she got a gift of money, she put it in her little savings bank and till the point that she had enough to buy her.
That sounds like you had to put in a lot of work in order to do that.
Yes, and it took about 3 to 4 years to earn up all the money.
So, what are some of the deep lessons that you've learned? How have you learned about how God loves you by how you love your dog?
Well, even though I mess up sometimes, that God still loves me and forgives me. I just have to like hardly and focus more on what God wants to be, like what God wants me to be, and not what I think I'm supposed to be.
That's a big lesson, Allison. That's pretty cool. So how you see yourself has changed. How you see yourself in in relationship to God has changed because of your relationship with Marvell. Is that right?
Yes, I mean, it never changed, but it kind of helped a little bit with it.
Now you have you have another love, right? You like to uh, tell stories using social media that's pretty big right now called TikTok.
Yes, sir.
And
Found a stick on the ground, and now I'm gonna use it. All this power that I found, gonna totally abuse it.
this is
Man,
it.
so much stuff, do not get into my way, cause I found a stick, and I'm
And
using it today. I got found
90,700
a
views at the
stick on
moment.
the ground, and now I'm gonna use it. All this power that I
90,000
found, gonna
views.
totally abuse it.
And
So much stuff,
9,000
do not get
likes.
into my way, cause I found a stick, and I'm using it today. I got found a stick.
That
That's
song's gonna get stuck in your
incredible.
head for the rest of the day.
It's not easy for anybody who's not familiar with TikTok to get 90,000 hits, or that's a lot.
And that was her second video to post.
Second video. Now, what drew you to TikTok? Why TikTok?
I think we're very careful with social media. We see a lot of the videos actually, you don't realize it because Facebook cuts it off the bottom, but a lot of the videos you see on Facebook or Instagram are TikTok videos. And so she had showed me a few of the videos and that she expressed interest in getting on the site. So I joined it first to check it out, check the privacy settings on it, make sure the content was appropriate, and we both navigated it together in learning how to set the parameters of what's, because TikTok will show you what you show interest in. So every time you like something, it'll show you more videos with that same content. And you can, if something comes up that you don't like, you can press the little button on it and tell it that you're not interested, and it won't show you that type of content anymore.
This is fantastic. So together, I always feel that issues that we face with young people really is an older people problem, and that the most important thing needed is the involvement of an adult or a parent, definitely a parent, paramount over any other relationship. Uh,
A lot of
and
people use social media as a babysitter just to occupy the kids while the parents can do whatever they want without that interruption. But she and I use it to do things together. It's more of a bonding thing for us. I'm her photographer,
yeah,
her videographer,
right.
sometimes her hair and makeup.
So who
So
was shooting the video for this? For
that would be
this,
me.
you were you did hair and makeup and the video and everything, and that's
Well,
awesome.
there
That's
was no
pretty.
hair and makeup going on in that video. We were
No,
actually camping.
you were camping, and now Allison, you told me earlier where you got the idea for this. What gave you the idea to do this?
So I saw it like my mom said earlier. I saw a video on Facebook, and it was just all these people running towards the camera with their dog with a stick. And I'm like, well, like me and my dog, we both love running. And I'm like, it is very easy, like, so I kind of made just a video about it.
That's pretty cool. So, where did you get this song? That is the craziest song I've ever heard. That wasn't you singing, Teresa?
Original. No, that's an original song to TikTok. You can actually choose the music that you want to put on your videos. And we had seen others do it, and it gets stuck in your head. We sing it around the house quite often, and so we went at it on purpose. We made this video on purpose with her running with the stick.
Right. Allison, you had said that you just wanted people to see who you were and get to know who you were and who your dog is. I thought that was a fantastic statement. Now, how has being involved in TikTok, creating your own video, that this concept of just, wanting to show who you really are, how has TikTok taught you how to share your faith?
So, like, I just want to make people smile and laugh and stay positive and lift, like, none up. Because I love making people smile, like, on a daily basis, and I just like making people happy.
Spread the joy.
Yes, sir.
Well, are there any questions that you wanted me to ask that I didn't ask? Did I miss anything, Teresa or Allison?
I think it's okay.
Okay. Now, there is one more thing that I want you to do because we're coming to the end of the show. And this last thing is I want you to look right into the camera and I want you to tell our viewers what you tell yourself when you're wanting to quit, when life gets hard. So look into the camera, get real close, and tell the audience what you tell yourself when you're wanting to quit to convince yourself to keep going.
So even though when days are hard, or when I'm crying my tears, when I'm crying my eyes out at the end of the meet, I tell myself that it's temporary, like, and that someone out there is going through something way worse than I am, and that I kind of have to do it for them, and just like I have to do it with them.
That's fantastic. Allison, I appreciate you coming on the show today. I appreciate you sharing yourself, your Corgi, your TikTok, your running, teaching us how we live our faith through these everyday life experiences. And so let's go ahead and we'll say goodbye for today, and we'll tune in another time. Okay. So
Bye.
thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.